Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the PivotBoss pre-market video for Thursday, October 7th, 2021. I am Frank Ochoa, aka PivotBoss. Here's a look at the daily time frame of the ES. The ES is up pretty good here today. A breakthrough multiple day highs. We talked about the 60 to 62 zone here over the last several days. A big upside break in pre-market trading here, overnight in pre-market trading, heading into the RTH open. However, this market remains within a downtrend that has begun in September. So back here, you bring it down. Additionally, we have lower value relationship from month over month, and the previous month's midpoint is right here at about 44.25. So if we want to be technical about it, price needs to overcome this level by the end of the month to get things going ahead. And so we could see a failure from up at these levels and a drop back down, and it could look very similar to this or any rally that starts and fails, and then we could be looking at another downward opportunity toward this target. Now, if this thing's going to persist in being bullish, then 43.50, 43.60 will remain a zone to be bid. So if price were to pull back, it's a zone that continues to hold as this thing attempts to push through the previous month's midpoint, 44.25, for a continuation up. So right now, very strong start to the day. Obviously at this moment, very bullish, trending in one direction to the upside, so you don't want to fade it unless there is a significant rejection. And right now, any pullbacks could still be buying opportunities until proven otherwise. But by the end of the day, do we close above 4,400, or are we back below the day's midpoint? That will be very, very important to note. Taking a look here at the NQ, you'll see the NQ right here, also trending downward over the last several weeks, and then hitting the previous quarter's low 3 days in a row and bumping back up. This is a modest push higher. Again, lower value relationship month over month. This is your previous month's midpoint, 15.2. And the month prior to that's midpoint was also 15.2. So 15.2 is a very important level. Price could theoretically rally as high as 15.2 and still be a selling opportunity for new lows until price can overcome that 15.2 and stay above it, especially by the end of the month. So while we are seeing strength right now, it has to prove that it can continue to grind higher. Otherwise, any failure by the end of the day could be significant over the next week. Taking a look here at crude oil now. Crude oil had a big push to new highs and also a big reversal here recently. We saw price push to within 22 ticks of that $80 level, and by the end of the day turn into a bearish outside day. That's pretty significant there. We've now seen a push downward and a complete wipeout to the previous quarter's close and the previous month's close. That level has been bid so far. You can see another buy signal coming into play inside the bullish PEMA trigger zone. Look how stacked that is right now. The 8 period above the 21. Ever since the breakout, a defense here, and now an early defense being mounted right now with a midpoint at 76.10. Short term, any pullback to 76, 76.15, somewhere in that zone, could provide a bounce for a continuation the rest of the day, likely back towards 78s. The current low of the day is 75 for all intents and purposes, and we've been averaging about 2.5 points per day on a 5-day basis. So from that low, we're pretty close to the upside target for the day. But how does this thing play out over the next several days? Are we going to get another defense and go as this thing attempts to push through 80? Again, very similar with some of the others. If there's a failure to close below or a failure to close above that midpoint, so if price closes below 76.10 today or the midpoint by the end of the day, that would be significant from a weekly perspective. Again, the week started with 2 days up, and then kind of a half turnaround yesterday. Now day 4 here, this could end up looking like a significant sell signal in the weekly time frame if we close below 76s on Friday. So again, right now still everything trending up. Very good trending market. A pullback to 76 to 76.15 or so could provide a bounce for the rest of the day and perhaps heading into tomorrow, a continuation. Let's take a look now at gold futures. This one right now down about 1/3% inside a 5-day narrow range. This 5-day narrow range has been holding just above that 1740 level. We mentioned before, if it can hold 1740s, it has a shot to continue higher. This market really hasn't been eager to push through these highs just yet. 1771 half still holding the bottom edge of the range. 5-day narrow range right now, which is building energy. Again, 1740 very important. If there's a failure there, it opens up another drop. So right now, bulls trying to keep that area bid for a push through 1780 up ahead. All right, that is it for now. We'll see how this plays out heading into the rest of the session. Good luck, trade well, and I'll see you in the trading room. Take care.